I'm staring at a hospital bill that says $0 paid. My sister's in Spain, first class, laughing with stolen money. And my 7-year-old son, he's fighting for his life. I never thought I'd be the person who walks away from blood. But when your own family steals your child's survival, you don't get a choice. You survive, or you break. 3 months ago, Liam's cardiologist gave me the news that stops every parent's heart. Surgery, soon. Not optional anymore. My son was born with a heart defect we'd managed for years, but now his oxygen levels were dropping faster. Simple things, like climbing stairs, left him gasping. The doctor's face told me everything. We were out of time. I'd been saving since the day I became a mother, every single penny. As a single parent, you learn fast that emergencies don't wait for paychecks. I cut everything, sold my car, worked overnight tech support, took freelance projects during the day. By April, I had $43,000, exactly enough for the surgery insurance wouldn't cover. That money sat in a high-yield savings account, safe, protected, or so I thought. Only one person had ever helped me set up that account. My sister, Anya. Anya was the golden child, charming, dramatic, lived like consequences were for other people. She'd jump from dream to dream. Interior design 1 month, podcasting the next, fashion marketing after that. Nothing ever stuck past 3 months. Her boyfriend Rohan was the same. They lived in a luxury condo, downtown, traveled like influencers, always manifesting their best life, while the universe picked up the tab. 2 weeks before Liam's surgery, I logged into my account to transfer the payment. The balance read $1,242. I refreshed 5 times. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely hold my phone. Last transaction, $42,890. Wire transfer out. My heart pounded so loud I couldn't hear my own breathing. I called the bank. They confirmed everything. Online access, my link devices, password, 2-factor authentication. All verified, everything went through. Except I didn't authorize a single thing. That night, I drove straight to Anya's condo. I didn't tell Liam where I was going. Just said I was getting him Gatorade. Rohan answered the door. Behind him, Anya was laughing, wine glass in hand. They both looked freshly tanned. The balcony doors were open. 2 brand new Louis Vuitton duffels sat on the floor. I asked them about the transfer. Anya didn't even flinch. She shrugged, took a slow sip of wine, and said, "Why should your brat matter more than our dream trip?" No apologies. No shame. Just entitlement so twisted, I didn't even recognize my own sister anymore. I left that night shaking. Not crying, just cold. Completely detached. And that's when I knew. I couldn't beg. I couldn't explain. I couldn't make them care. The next morning, I called my parents, told them everything. They asked if I'd confronted Anya. I said yes. Then my dad said something that stopped me cold. "You know we share things in this family. Maybe if you'd let her in from the beginning." I hung up, mid-sentence. They'd stolen my son's chance at a normal life and turned it into a vacation, and somehow I was the problem. I didn't have time to fall apart. I had 48 hours to save my son. That night, I sat on the floor, Liam asleep on the couch, and I drafted a message I never thought I'd send. I reached out to someone I hadn't spoken to in 5 years. Someone I'd cut out because things got too complicated. When he answered, everything changed. His name was Arjun. We'd been best friends in college. Best friends, if I'm honest. But things got messy when I got pregnant with Liam. Arjun had feelings for me I couldn't return. Not back then. I was in love with Liam's father, Kabir, who disappeared 2 weeks after I told him I was pregnant. Arjun stepped up. Doctor's appointments, Lamar's classes, late-night grocery runs. But I kept him at arm's length emotionally. I thought I was protecting him, not leading him on. Eventually he moved away. We lost touch, mostly because I stopped answering. But that night, sitting on the floor with a dying phone and a sleeping son who deserved better, I swallowed every ounce of pride I had left. I messaged him. I'm sorry to ask, but I don't know who else to turn to. My son needs surgery. The money I saved was stolen. I just need a loan, please. He responded within minutes. No questions, just, where are you? I'm coming. He arrived the next morning. Same old Arjun. Tired eyes, coffee in hand, flannel over a wrinkled shirt, like time barely touched him. I didn't cry when he hugged me. I couldn't afford to cry. I just stood there, absorbing the warmth of someone who didn't need an explanation to show up. We talked in the kitchen while Liam still slept. I told him everything, the savings, Anya, the trip, my parents' reaction. He didn't interrupt, just listened, jaw clenching with every detail. When I finished, he nodded once. I'll cover it, all of it. I'll call my lawyer. We'll get it done today. I opened my mouth to protest, to tell him I'd pay him back every cent. He waved me off. Don't worry about that yet. Just focus on getting him through this. I didn't deserve this level of kindness, not after how I'd let our friendship end. But I couldn't deny that he was the only person in my world acting like Liam, his life actually mattered. By that afternoon, the hospital confirmed receipt of payment. The procedure was back on. That night, while Liam colored quietly on the couch, I scrolled through Instagram. Anya had posted a reel from Spain. She and Rohan clinked glasses on a rooftop overlooking the ocean. The caption read, "When you take risks, the universe rewards you. #manifest it. #no regrets." I didn't comment. I didn't message. I just stared at it for a few minutes. Then I blocked her. But I wasn't done. Not yet. I still had access to our old family group chat. I hadn't said a word since the fight. They hadn't either. Until that moment, I uploaded a single photo. Liam's hospital paperwork. Timestamp. Balance due. 0. Paid. No caption. No explanation. I knew it would be seen. I knew it would spark a reaction. I didn't expect what came next. For almost 24 hours, no one in the family chat responded. Nothing from my parents. Nothing from Anya. Nothing from the cousins who always chimed in with fake concern. Just silence. And I let it sit. The next day, Liam was prepped for surgery. Arjun stayed by my side the whole time, pacing quietly, grabbing coffee, asking smart questions to the surgeons that I was too exhausted to think of. I should have felt panic, but all I felt was stillness, like the storm had already passed. And all I had to do now was stand in its wake and not collapse. The procedure lasted 3 hours. It went well. When they brought Liam into recovery, he was pale but stable. I sat by his side, brushing his hair back, wondering how close I'd come to losing him. That's when my phone started buzzing. It didn't stop. 38 missed calls in less than 2 hours. A dozen from my mom. More from my dad. Even a few from blocked numbers. I could guess were Anya using other people's phones. My cousin Priya messaged, "What did you do?" I muted everything. Later that evening, when Liam finally drifted off to sleep, I checked my email. That's where the second wave hit. Apparently, Arjun had done more than pay the hospital. He'd hired a cybersecurity firm. Quietly, while I slept. They traced the device Anya used to access my account. Every login, every fake password reset request, even the IP address and location history. It was enough to prove identity theft. He also had bank records showing Rohan's joint purchase of first-class tickets, luxury hotels, international transactions, all with the same funds that had been stolen. Arjun sent it all to the police and my parents. The emails went out at exactly 4 p.m. just before they were due to fly home. That was the moment the group chat exploded. My mom finally broke the silence. "You went to the police? This is family. You don't air dirty laundry like that. We could have fixed this privately." My dad added, "This could ruin Anya's future. She made a mistake, but you're overreacting." I didn't respond. I didn't need to. But Arjun did, from his own number. You don't get to talk about ruining futures when you nearly cost a child his life. The only thing that's ruined is your illusion of control. Stay away from them. Then he blocked every number on my behalf, even Priya. I sat there beside Liam, staring at his little hand in mine, and realized how quiet the world had become. Not empty, peaceful. They could scream into the void all they wanted. But I'd already walked away, and they hadn't even begun to feel the consequences. 2 days after the surgery, Liam was stable enough to go home. Groggy, sore, soft-spoken, but alive. Breathing without effort. That alone was more than enough. Arjun drove us back. No words, just music humming through the car. I watched Liam in the rearview mirror, still clutching the stuffed dog he'd held before anesthesia. There was a calm over everything now, one I hadn't felt in years, until we pulled into my apartment complex. Parked just outside, like they'd been waiting for hours, were my parents. I didn't stop walking. I carried Liam upstairs, while Arjun followed with the discharge papers. They didn't try to block us or yell, they just watched, arms crossed, like they were waiting for their cue. 20 minutes later, a knock echoed through the door. Arjun answered. My mom's voice was low but sharp. "We need to talk to her. Alone." I came to the door, but I didn't step out. I didn't even let them in. They launched into it. How Anya was terrified, and not herself. How jail would ruin her. How we should have handled it as a family. Apparently, Rohan had already flown back to avoid police questioning. Anya was being contacted by investigators. Their accounts were under review. They wanted me to call it off, drop the charges, make a statement saying it was a misunderstanding. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't even look at them. Just past them, at the hallway. Finally, my mom whispered, "We raised you better than this." And I answered quietly, "No, you raised me to stay silent. That's over now." Then I shut the door. Later that night, Anya posted a video to her story. She was crying, rambling about cancel culture. How everyone's out to destroy strong women. How jealousy makes family do cruel things. It didn't land the way she thought it would. The comments turned fast. Old friends, even influencers she'd worked with, started unfollowing. Screenshots of her lavish trip were shared side by side with police documents. Someone even posted a compilation of her tone-deaf quotes from previous stories. It went viral on TikTok. The damage was done. Within 72 hours, Anya had wiped her socials. Rohan's employer issued a statement distancing themselves. And my parents' country club membership was quietly revoked after word spread. They didn't call again. Not once. The noise faded. Life got quiet. And that quiet. That was the sound of peace. Liam recovered. He went back to school 3 weeks later. Arjun stayed. Slowly we relearned each other. Not as an apology, but as something new, something honest. And me? I kept every receipt, every screenshot, every message. Because when people show you who they really are, believe them. And if they ever try to come back, I'll let the evidence knock on the door for me. If this story hit you like it hit me, if you felt that mix of heartbreak, rage, and satisfaction, don't forget to like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more stories that go deep and don't hold back. Your support helps these real feeling narratives reach more people who need to hear them. And hey, what would you have done if your own family betrayed you like this? Let's talk in the comments.